There's nuances to this shit, and I need you to understand the difference. I need you to understand the difference between the person who buys one share of stock one time versus the person who's literally committing themselves to it the way we commit to basketball, football, rapping, and everything else that we out here doing, right? So there's a difference. There's nuances to that as well. However, if he's right about that 18, 13%, 14, whatever the number was, that's then I'm happy about that because in the Black Business School, our number's about 91%. 91% of our students are invested in the stock market. That's how I know that there's a massive wealth transfer that's occurring in this generation that's going to go to those families because the people that are making the money in this country are not the workers, it's the owners. The people making the money in this country are not the people waiting on SNAP or waiting on DEI. It's the people that are in position to own shares of stock. Though it's the hyperscalers spending money on artificial intelligence and the people that are owning shares of Google, that own shares of Nvidia. And go ask the brothers down at Earn Your Leisure. They'll tell you they've got thousands of people that are invested in Nvidia as well. I've made a lot of money in Nvidia. We've invested in Oklo and all these other companies together. So what you need is you really need to sort of ask yourself this. Here's what I want you to understand. Here's what I'm saying. If you want to spend your energy boycotting and fighting for something that isn't proven to give you any benefits, then that's up to you. I'm not here to tell you not to do that. What I am here to say is that you only have so much energy, and black folks are tired. If you keep exerting your energy in directions that are not benefiting you, then you're going to end up exhausted and you're not going to move anywhere. So, consciousness is extremely important to be able to sit back and say, okay, I've only got so much energy. I can only be so mad. I'm only going to raise my blood pressure so many times. And if I do that, am I doing it for a reason that where I can clearly see what the benefit is? Am I doing it for a reason that's going to lead to a tangible result and not just something symbolic? Am I doing it for something that's going to actually allow me to leave a greater inheritance to my children? Is this going to lead me to have greater power in my own life? Is this going to lead me and my family to be in a more secure situation? Right? These are fundamental questions that I think every black person needs to ask, and people don't ask those questions because you just get mad at people who do. You get mad at the people who are thinking it through. You get mad at the people who come up and say, you know, what are we doing here? This doesn't make any sense because you've got a class of people that simply want you to keep doing what you've been doing for a long time, and we know that that has not worked. So when it comes to the Target boycott, I'm going to summarize my point really clearly. Number one, Target ain't the only company. There's dozens of them that drop their DEI programs. Why Target? I think it's a shakedown on Target. That's what I think. I think that they're trying to get money out of Target. That money's not going to come to you. They're not going to put a check in your mailbox. They're going to put a check in Roland's mailbox or in Jamal's mailbox or in somebody that sits at the table of representatives with them. That's what I believe. That's my belief. Again, I don't know. I'm not calling them bad people or anything. I'm just saying I've seen how the game worked. I sat next to Al Sharpton and stuff for a while, and I see how this game is played. Number two, Target stock was already struggling long before this boycott happened. So if you are taking comfort in the narrative that we single-handedly pummeled Target, I have to question that because the stock was already struggling before the year began. Look at the research. Go look it up. Next, the DEI programs that you're fighting for, I have very little evidence anywhere that shows me that DEI programs have done anything to improve Black economic strength, Black financial security, or the economic status of Black families in this country. I prefer to look at solutions that actually work. What's proven by the research is that what increases your financial security is economic intelligence, more discipline when it comes to what you do with your money, supporting Black-owned businesses, it's saving, investing, business ownership, and buying stock. That's what makes you powerful. So if you want to walk away with power, that's real Black power. That's what power looks like. All right.